really fast. So whilst we are joining all the social networks, just let me know where you are dialing in from, what your name is, and how you are feeling today, so that we can make sure we address all those negative emotions that you are struggling with. So yes, indeed, it looks like we are live. So welcome everybody to week 7 of the lockdown, but it looks like we are getting close to the end of it, so keep your spirits up. It's Monday the 4th of May and we are getting together for another EFT emotional freedom technique session where we tap together for around 20 minutes on the stress and anxiety and all the other negative emotions, emotional or physical pain we are experiencing. My name is Sonja Kirschner. I'm a life coach, I'm a leadership coach, I'm founder of A Power Free Coaching Training and Mind Freedom, and I'm really on the mission since the beginning of the lockdown here in the UK to keep us all mentally and spiritually fit and healthy. So I'm doing these with these EFT sessions. Let me tell you about EFT for those of you who are new in joining us. EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, is a really powerful tool. It's not very well known, but it's incredibly powerful in that it offers us relief fast. It brings together two worlds. On the one hand, we have the ancient Chinese acupressure, where we tap together on certain meridian points on our body, and the meridian points are the endpoints of our meridian lines, the energy network in our body. So we tap together because when we experience emotional or physical pain, research shows that those meridian lines, the energy is stuck within those meridian lines, and by us applying pressure on the meridian points, and I'm pointing here towards the side of my hand because that's the first tapping point we will be starting to tap on. By us applying pressure, it offers us relief. Now, there is another world to emotional freedom technique, and that's the modern psychology. So the modern psychology is all about acknowledging what is going on within you and for you. So acknowledging the emotional pain, the stress, anxiety, sadness, or whatever the negative emotion and the pain you're feeling is. It may well be also physical pain. So some of you may have developed shoulder ache, almost like the whole weight of the world is sitting on your shoulders. So whatever it is, whether it's physical or emotional pain, acknowledging is the fact alone of acknowledging it helps us to offer relief to ourselves. So we'll be tapping on meridian points, and the meridian points of our body are as follows. And just make sure that your hands are clean because we're also touching our face. Most of those meridian points are on our face. So obviously hygiene is still of utmost importance. But we'll be starting to tap on the side of our hand here, also known as the karate chop point. And we're tapping quite firmly. With 4 fingers or just 2 fingers. It does not really matter as long as we get that pressure applied onto the meridian point. So we'll be starting out with the setup statement. And don't worry if you are new to tapping, I will be guiding you through. Then the next one is here, the beginning of the eyebrows, right here. Then the side of the eyes. And whether you tap on one side or the other on both, it does not really matter. It's up to you because the meridian lines run on both sides of our body. Next up is underneath the eyes, right here. And you can see I'm tapping on both sides and I'm using more than 2 fingers, but that's my personal preference. Underneath the nose. Then underneath the lip right here. It's also known as chin, but it's not quite the chin because it's this little crack below the lip right here. Then the collarbone, when we're tapping around 4 inches below the collarbone. Then underneath the armpit. Right here around 4 inches below for women where the brow line sits. And to close the tapping cycle off, we'll be tapping on top of our head, which just makes us look a little bit like monkeys, doesn't it? But it's very effective and closes off the tapping cycle, so just trust the process. So if you're new to this, don't worry about the modern psychology part. I will be guiding us through and I will be speaking on our behalf. But equally, because we're all different and we're all in different situations. Some of us may be experiencing anxiety more, and some of us may be feeling sadness more. And you may have, different emotions going on, different emotional pain, different physical pain. So we'll be also giving you 2 rounds of tapping on what is going on for you, where you will be choosing your own words. But I will be guiding you through the tapping process. So we are all in this together, we're tapping together, and you cannot get it wrong, rest assured. So why is tapping so important in this day and age, particularly in these difficult times? You see, our brain, obviously the control center of our bodies, it's there to protect us. The primary function of the brain is to keep us safe. And what you also need to know is that our brain is a 2 million year old brain, and it still works essentially as it did those 2 million years ago when we were chased by tigers and lions, where the primary function was really for us to survive. Now, there is a part in our brain called the amygdala. It's also known as the fight or flight response, fight or flight center. And that part of our brain is always looking out vigilantly for danger, what is going on. The moment it detects danger, it starts injecting our system with hormones like cortisol. You may have heard of cortisol, the stress hormone, or adrenaline, or other different chemical substances into our systems. Now, like dopamine, for instance, as well. Now, having these injected in our system, our bodies react. You can feel when we are in physical danger, we can feel how our heart rate increases, our heart starts beating faster, pumping more blood through our system, really getting ready to fight or to run away. And you can feel how we start breathing faster, oxygenizing our body, making sure that we are well oxygenized, or how we as a result start sweating more and breathing heavily. Now you see, that sort of response serves us really well when we are in physical danger, and it's temporary. It really helped us to survive in those old days when we were chased by tigers and lions. But in this day and age, more often than not, that danger response is created by us observing what is going on in the world, by us observing what is going on around us. And particularly now, us watching the news, knowing what is happening in the world, how many people are ill, how many people are dying every day, will it affect us? And, building up with the thought process of negative thought process along the lines of, is it going to impact me? How is it going to impact me financially? Now, obviously, financial stress and anxiety are a big one. We are thinking about things that haven't happened yet going forward in the future and bringing it into the present. All this uncertainty and stress and lack of control are causing us so much anxiety. And that, for us, is the new danger, zone. And when we observe all this, which is going on around us, or think about what will be, we're sending our brain the signal that, hey, I'm in danger, and our brain responds. Now, the trouble is that the brain responds, and we keep sending these signals more often than just temporarily, and most of the time it's pretty much most of the day, and for most of us it's been since the lockdown. So our brain responding in the way it does when we are in danger doesn't serve our bodies when our bodies are exposed to cortisol and adrenaline to these high amounts for a long period of time. Obviously, it has a negative effect on our health, on our mental, spiritual being, on our sleep, and also our immune system. In a time where we really want to keep our immune system up and boost it with stress and anxiety, we are doing the opposite. So with EFT, emotional freedom technique, we are doing the tremendous favor of slowing down. We're giving us the permission to interrupt that cycle of creating these negative thought patterns, creating this negative emotional response, which we have to watching the news, which we have to observing what is going on, and we're giving ourselves the permission to relax, to restore, and to take our power back. We're sending our brain, so to speak, the signal that, hey, I'm fine now. You can stop producing everything, which is making me feel all these emotions and which is making me feel unwell in that regard, also physically. So this is exactly what we are achieving with EFT, emotional freedom technique. Research has proven over and over again that emotional freedom technique, within a matter of 20 minutes, we can reduce, or less, we can reduce the cortisol levels by more than 40%. And that's quite something. So without further ado, let's just get into it. I hope that it's given you some background for those of you who are new to it. So if you feel that your network can benefit from relaxing in this way and taking their power back and finding relief to emotional or physical pain, please do hit the share button, invite people to join us, because when we tap together, we experience the relief stronger on a more amplified level. And now let's just take a deep breath together, in through the nose and breathe out through your mouth. And as you do, let's just tune in with yourself. And if there is only one moment in the day where you are truly honest with yourself, let it be now. And acknowledge what is going on for you emotionally and physically. What are you feeling? What is your predominant negative emotion? Or what is your physical pain that you are feeling? It may be the stress we were speaking about, the anxiety, the sadness. It may be physical pain. And as you identify, notice where in your body it lives. Where does it reside at the moment? That emotional or physical pain. And how does it feel? So the pain may be a sharp pain or a dull pain, or the emotional pain may be a heavy weight on your shoulders, so to speak. The stress, the anxiety. So how does it feel? And on a scale, on an emotional intensity scale between 1 and 10, where 10 is the highest and 1 is the lowest, what number would you give it right now? And you bring it up right now, I would expect it to be somewhere in the region of 5 or above. So just notice what you notice and write that number down, or remember it, it's important, we will come back to it. And now let's just start tapping together. Just follow me, trust the process, let me guide you. As I said, I will be giving you 2 rounds to acknowledge in your own words, because that's where the true power lies, to acknowledge in your own words what you have just identified for yourself. You see, acknowledging, it's not about dwelling on negativity, but the fact alone that we acknowledge something we usually make a conscious effort to run away from, i.e. through work or keeping us busy so that we don't need to go there. But through acknowledging what is going on within us, that fact alone is taking the power these emotions or that pain has over us away from them. That's why it's so important that you address it in your own words. But kickstarting we will be together, and I will be guiding you through the process. Okay, start. We're starting on the side of our hand right here. Just repeat after me. Even though I feel all this stress and anxiety, I choose to relax. Even though I feel all this stress and anxiety, I choose to relax. And one more time, even though I feel all this stress and anxiety, I choose to relax. All this stress, all this anxiety, all this worry, all this frustration, all this sadness, all this emotional pain that I'm feeling. All this physical pain that I am feeling too. It is weighing me down. It's been weighing me down for a while. I can feel it in my body. All this sadness, all this stress, this anxiety feels so suffocating. This lack of control is driving me crazy. All this stress, all this anxiety that I'm feeling. And now is the time for you to acknowledge in your own words what specifically is going on, the emotional or the physical pain. Just describe what is going on by tapping with me on the meridian point. So let's do this together. Starting on the beginning of the eyes. Side of the eyes. Underneath the eyes. And breathe in deeply as you tap on your physical or emotional pain. Let's just get the energy flowing for breathing in deeply. Nose. Chin. Collarbone. Armpit. Top of the head. You're doing really well. Let's do another round together. Just acknowledge what is going on gently for yourself and breathe in deeply as you do. Beginning of the eyebrows. Side of the eye. Underneath the eye. Underneath the nose. Chin. Collarbone. Underneath the armpit. Top of the head. Well done. Now let's continue together. So again, just tap after me. Even though I feel all this emotional pain, even though I feel all this physical pain, right now I am giving myself the permission to relax. Right now, I am choosing differently. In this very moment, I'm allowing ease and peace to flow to me and through me. In this very moment, I'm allowing myself to relax. I'm allowing ease and calmness to penetrate every cell of my body. I'm giving myself the permission to relax. Right now, all is well. Right now, I am pressing the reset button. Right now, I'm allowing myself to restore. I'm breathing in peace, calmness and ease. And I'm breathing out everything that doesn't serve me. It's wonderful to feel how my body knows exactly what to do. I am giving myself permission to feel good. Right now, all is well. I forgive myself for having been so hard on myself. I've been doing the best that I can. And I'm proud of myself, of how well I'm coping. And right now I'm taking my power back. It feels good to give myself this break. I feel well. All is well. Right now I'm choosing peace and calmness over fear. And I'm taking this peace and calmness and ease with me into the day and into this new week. All is well. I am well. And so it is. And as we gently stop tapping together, I want you to take in a deep breath through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. And as you do, just notice what has changed, the emotional, that physical pain you have identified at the beginning of the session. How has it shifted? And the number of intensity you've given it, by how much has it gone down? Let me know. I would love to hear from you in the comments what has changed for you. And I would love to hear about the relief that you are experiencing. You see, tapping is a wonderful tool, and you have it in your pocket now, so you can use it. You please do remember to use it when you need it every day. When we, however, tap together at the beginning of each day, we amplify on mass conscious level the benefits for all of us. Even though if we are just joining virtually, that does not really matter. Energetically, we are all connected. We are amplifying the benefits and the relief tapping brings for all of us. That's why it's so important to join these tapping sessions where we get together Monday to Friday, every weekday at 10 a.m. BST for around 20 minutes, although today we are a little bit longer, to tap on stress and anxiety. So I know you have found relief today. Let me know how it has manifested for you, what has happened for you. I would love to hear from you. Please do share this invitation to join us at these daily tapping sessions with your network. You never know how people are emotional or physically suffering, because we're all different and not all of us show us, but rest assured that this difficult situation is affecting us. So thank you for taking the time for yourself. Thank you for taking the time to take your power back. You have a great empowered day. Keep remember to tap, and I see you all tomorrow. And hey, we're another day closer to the end of the lockdown, which is due to happen hopefully very soon. Have a great day. Bye.